Alright, in the top 8 versus Mikahartha. I have no idea what they're on, so let's see. I don't think I want to keep this. I have no draw spells. I have just my win conditions. This is not a good hand either. I have no lands. We'll definitely have to keep this and then just bin the 2 flickers. Lead out with an island fetching a white source, and they lead with a Mystic Sanctuary, so it's some sort of Delver deck most likely. I grab my planes. I think, yeah, I decided to just run out the familiar because if it is something like blue-red Fae, they can't always kill it on turn 2, and if I can get my Seagate Oracle down on turn 3, it's going to be big. They do a fetch and get a swamp and use Snuff Out, so now I know it's blue-black Delver. And I draw Faithful, which is very good in this matchup, and lead off with a Preordain. I know I want to play my Mystic Sanctuary anyway here, and I think I'm going to bin the Flicker because I want to draw lands. They play a Delver. I do keep the Flicker. I'll just go ahead and evoke the Muldrifter to draw some cards, play an island, and play Preordain. I'm definitely keeping the Snap and the Evolving Wilds. I want to get all my lands and get rid of their Anglers or Delvers or whatever they're doing. They end up flipping it, but they're kind of low on lands, so they end up casting Tragic Lesson just to get the lands and then casting another Delver. I can play my land, get my island, snap, and then play my Seagate Oracle. So let's see what we see. I see Island, Seagate Oracle. I think I will probably just take the Seagate Oracle, draw some more cards. On their turn, they're going to have to replay their Delver if they don't flip this one. Okay, so they don't flip it. They still got quite a few cards in hand. So now they're saying I have a counterspell. I'm just going to ponder. I draw a Mortuary Mire Sunscape Familiar. So I'm going to keep the Mortuary Mire on top. And I'm going to probably just play the Seagate Oracle, see if I can draw the Familiar. They have a Deprive. I'll Mortuary Mire to get back my Muldrifter. On my turn, if they tap out, I can just Muldrifter with the Flicker, which would be great. They don't have anything going on. I'm gonna pass as well. Let's see if they flip. No flips. But they Mystic Sanctuary to get back Deprive, so now they definitely will have the flip. On their turn, I'm going to just Ghostly Flicker my Seagate Oracle, maybe draw out a counterspell. They do counter this, and now what I'm going to attempt to do is play my Sunscape Familiar, and if they don't counter it, I'll play my Muldrifter. So now I'm able to draw and get through that. They Echoing Decay the Muldrifter, but it's not that big of a deal. We have 2 more, luckily. They do end up flipping, so Augur of Bolas sees an Agony Warp. I have to be aware of that. They're getting in. So I just happened to draw a Prohibit, which was very, very lucky. I'll play the Muldrifter. They don't Deprive it, which I thought was weird. So I'll just hold up my Prohibit. They're getting in, and I will definitely block. Trading here is fine because they don't have that much action, and I want to stop their air attacks. I draw into another Familiar, and I'm pretty sure they still have Deprive in their hand, so if they play Deprive, they'd have to have Dispel as more interaction, so I can play my Sunscape Familiar and then prohibit their Deprive, but they still do not go for the Deprive. I'm going to Seagate Oracle, grabbing a Preordain. Definitely want the Prohibit, and I'll just kind of pass here. Next turn, I'm hoping to just play out my Muldrifter and have a lot of counterspell backup. As they get in, this is 11, so I'm going to chump. They Agony Warp my Sunscape Familiar, but I want to prohibit that. Keep him alive. I decided to go for the Faithful into a Preordain, to keep my life table high. I don't think I want the Prismatic Strands or the Evolving Wilds. I end up drawing the Chancery. I'm going to cast a Muldrifter. It does draw out the Deprive, and I will counter the Deprive. Let's see what we get. We get Island Prohibit, so instead of playing the Chancery, I'm just going to play the Island and hold up Prohibit. I think, okay, we'll play Chancery, pick up the Sanctuary. I do have the Flicker in the yard, so if I can get it back, then the game will be over. They get back Deprive and draw it. Cycle and kill my Muldrifter. They're getting in, I'll just block. Ponder's good here because I can get my Ghostly Flicker back. I'll lead off with the Ponder in case I draw something that can draw me cards, but I do not. So I end up shuffling. I draw into a Prismatic Strands. I'm going to put the Preordain on top. I kind of made a couple weird plays there, but I need to just hold on and draw into some action. They're getting in, and I will Strands on blue. Just take 5. I think they're going to have another Angler here. Yep. They only have 2 cards in their hand. Preordain sees Deep Analysis. Perfect. So we'll bend the Evolving Wilds, Deep Analysis. And Deep Analysis sees a Snap. We'll Deep Analysis again. So I can Muldrifter with Snap. And that draws me another Deep Analysis. All very good. I think I'm probably going to just cast a Muldrifter. Let's see. No, Deep Analysis first. Okay, so we draw into a Flicker, which means that we win here. They haven't had any counter spells. They might have one, but we can just tap the Sanctuary to put Flicker on top by flickering the Sanctuary on the island, and then evoke the Muldrifter and draw into the combo while holding Prohibit up. So I'll flicker the islands to generate some mana, because I need extra blue. Put the Flicker on top, evoke the Muldrifter, draw into the Flicker, go for the Flicker. I think I might have screwed up there. Yeah. I think I clicked the wrong land for some reason. And that's not great because now I'm in a bad spot waiting. Okay, maybe it's just a replay. So I think I did. No, okay, let's keep going. Keep going. I think I was probably afraid of an additional counterspell. I don't really know what happened there, but looks like the replay died, so we'll have to close here. But I do end up outvaluing their stuff and calming off in the end, using my Deep Analysis to keep drawing cards. Here is game 2. It's a good hand with Faithfuls. I do end up drawing into a natural plane, so I'll just play that out. And then next turn I'll play a Faithful and fetch an island. Drawing the Deep Analysis is perfect because we can just outvalue them. And then here with the Muldrifter, if we want, we can just evoke them. They are representing counterspell, so I'm not going to do anything. Play a tap land. They still don't do anything, so I will continue holding. I'll definitely play out my island here. Tragic Lesson. Get back Tragic Lesson. I kind of wanted to see, so yeah, well, Deep Analysis. If they counter, I'll just play the Sanctuary, get back Deep Analysis. They play an Angler and Delver. We try to go for the snap on the Angler, and they actually don't have a response, so that's great. I'll cast Deep Analysis and flash it back. They deprive, but we're still able to churn through with the Deep Analysis. I draw into negate snap. They're still just trying to draw stuff. They get their Tragic Lesson with their Augur Bolus. I'll Preordain. See Island Preordain. Kind of want both of these. Play the Island. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're getting to the point where we can invoke Muldrifter and flicker it. They go for the Tragic Lesson. I'm going to negate and they dispel. They're going to replay Sanctuary to get back Tragic Lesson. We're just hoping for a spot where we can play out a Muldrifter without having problems. We'll Seagate Oracle for sure here. And I will grab probably the Familiar, Ponder. So we're just kind of trying to churn through the library, get more value. I'll definitely grab Seagate Oracle, leaving Ponder Ash Barrens. And then I can play the Seagate Oracle and pick up the Ponder. And they'll Force Spike it, which I didn't expect. At least the Ponder's on top. So their Tragic Lesson played, get back Tragic Lesson. We'll just keep looping. Getting in for 3, but I'm at 35 life, so it doesn't really matter. Ponder. We see Deep Analysis, Sunscape Familiar, which is amazing. Keep both on top. Play Deep Analysis and get the Sunscape Familiar at the top. And then we can cycle for an Island and flash it back. Okay, I decided not to flash it back because of the Force Spike last turn. We play Tragic Lesson again and get it back. I decided to go for the snap on their... Oh, on my guy. I decided to go for a snap on my Seagate Oracle, see if they'll do anything. And they end up killing it. So I draw and find a Seagate Oracle. I'm just going to take the Ash Barrens here to keep getting lands. They're at 7 cards in hand, which is rough for me. And I draw into 2 Flickers and an Echoing Truth. So I'm hoping to just keep holding on until they don't have enough value, or they tap low, and I can do something. Still drawing lands. I'm getting them all out of my library. Just have 2 left. I decide to cast Flicker, targeting the Seagate Oracle and the land. They cast a Snuff Out, so I'll just Truth them back, and they don't have a response. Kind of indicates that they either didn't want to or don't have a counterspell there. They're grabbing the counterspell, so they probably didn't have it before. They play out a Angler, Tragic Lesson to draw the counterspell, and get in. So here I decide to Ghostly Flicker the 2 lands to put a Ghostly Flicker and a negate on top, because they only have the 1 counterspell in their hand. They decide to just snuff out my guy and let the Ghostly Flicker resolve. So I'll get negate and Ghostly Flicker. On my turn, I'll draw into the Ghostly Flicker, and then I can, or the negate, I can play the Sunscape Familiar, and then evoke the Mulldrifter, negate their counterspell, their Deprive, draw the Flickers, and end up drawing 2 Flickers, so I can draw with the Mulldrifter. I end up drawing into another Sunscape Familiar, so this actually is the game. I can flicker to get back Ghostly Flicker, play the Sunscape Familiar, and then flicker through my library. Good game.